Welcome. This is Danielle Smith, and I have the honor of speaking with Dr. Julie today about the San Juan Capistrano Equestrian Coalition, based here in San Juan Capistrano. It is an amazing organization that I have the pleasure of being a part of and enjoying what they have to offer. And I don't own a horse. I just like the horses. I love the horses. So thank you, Julie. I appreciate you coming today and just chatting with us or me and learning more about the Equestrian Coalition. So if you don't mind, we'll just start off in this. How did the Equestrian Coalition come about? I know you are one of the founders. I know you are currently the president. What is their mission? Let's just get into it.
Okay, so we started because at the time, and this is over 20 years ago, the city was thinking of taxing the horse. And we were very concerned about that. And what we wanted to do was to show the city that there's such a vibrant community of equestrians that you don't see as you're driving around, but they really provide a lot of economic impact back to the city. So we held our first barn dance before the Equestrian Coalition was ever created, with a group of other like-minded people that liked horses, and we threw it over at Sycamore Stables. And our first event, we had surprisingly 500 people show up, and we had demonstrations, and it was hysterical. It was so fun. But we realized this was something cool. The community really wants to come into the stables and see horses, and it's really just a great environment to invite people. And so the next year we started the Equestrian Coalition, and the idea behind that, again, is we really wanted membership so that we could show the city that we have a lot of people that are really concerned about keeping the horses in San Juan. And our mission is preserving our equestrian heritage. So that's all about protecting the stables, protecting the riding park, protecting anything that is equestrian, and making the city really proud about it. You know, we've got the swallows, we've got the mission, but we've also got the horse that really defines the city of San Juan.
Yeah, I agree. Every time I talk to people about San Juan Capistrano, I said it's equestrian, like literally it's equestrian. And it always has been, that I know of being here for over 40 years, and hopefully will be with all the organizations like yourself that put it together. I know that you also put on events, community events, to bring awareness to the Equestrian Coalition. So let's chat about like what people can attend.
Sure. So, you know, in our name is the word coalition, and that coalition is made up, whether you're a hunter or a jumper or an eventer or a dressage or Western or just love horses. We want everybody to get together and be like-minded and know who we're stronger as a unit if we all come together and have one shared voice. So we started this with a lecture series. I'm a veterinarian. I had a lot of my friends come in and talk about different subjects that would be of interest to the horse owner, and we always had one dedicated for pet owners. And we did that for about 10 years. And it kind of ran its course, so then we switched over to happy hours. And those were a huge hit. And now we've added to the happy hours, we've added the trivia nights, which you are the last winner of the trivia trophy.
Me and my team.
Yes, you and your team just won that last coveted trophy. And it's just a way for the equestrians to get together and have fun and get to know each other, because not everybody really knows each other, but they speak the same language.
Very true, because as someone that comes into one of those events who doesn't own a horse, I do see all people from different barns and stables that are coming in and being a part of. And you're right. They're like, oh, where are you from? Where are you from? And it's a small knit community, but it's big in that industry, in the community of equestrian.
Yeah, we have easily over 1,000 members. And it's just a simple way to become a member. Again, you don't need a horse, you just need to like horses, and you don't need to live in San Juan. Many of our members don't live in San Juan, and that was kind of the impetus of our first economic study. Was we knew a lot of the boarders in the different stables like this may not live in San Juan, but they contribute economically to the city. So that was part of our way of showing the city, don't tax us a hoof tax. Instead, look at what we're already providing for you. And that first study showed us that our values were too low. We did it with Cal State Long Beach. So about 5 years later, we did it again with the School of Economics from Chapman University. The dean actually did the study, and it showed that the equestrians in San Juan contributed over $50 million to the city. And based on that, you know, there were hotels that wanted to be built. The hotels, the restaurants, I think the way I found out
Yeah.
how important this was is I went into a Starbucks on a Saturday and they were out of pastries. And I'm like, gosh, how come you guys are out of pastries? And they said, we forgot to put the horse show on our schedule. Whenever there's a horse show, we scale up 30%. And I said, oh, I wonder how many other people could document that 30%. And so I started going out to the other businesses, like the hotels and the restaurants. And, you know, San Juan's one of those places where you're not uncomfortable going to any restaurant in San Juan wearing boots, whether it's tall boots or cowboy boots. It's very, very common. It's also common sometimes to take your horse to those different places. For example, we and American Horse Products put in a pen at the golf course.
That's right.
So if you ride your horse over, you get happy hour prices. And so we wanted to use that as a model. So when they put in the new In and Out, he actually called me and said, hey, I'm putting in a hitching post. And so I'm like, okay, that's a tricky place to ride a horse. But the equestrians showed up and got their In and Out burgers. And they're a lot of times they're up and down Los Rios district. And they basically to promote the horse in San Juan.
That's so true. Like two things you said. I went to Chapman University and marketing and finance was my major. So that's pretty fascinating that connection that they've produced that report for you. Proud alumni of that one. And I also always say, like, you can literally go in your cowboy boots. It's the one place people won't look at you strange if you go into a fine dining restaurant with your cowboy boots and your hat. I mean, it's part of the community. So as well as the Equestrian Coalition. So you're spot on all that. On the event side that we chatted about, what is your bigger event? Because you do the Horseman Happy Hours. What is your bigger event?
So we kind of two-stepping grew up out of the barn dance at Sycamore. It got so large that a generous donor asked us to have it at his private facility. We outgrew that and we moved it over to the city's riding park, and then it popped.
Yeah.
The first year we went up to about 5,000 people. And in 2023, we had over 7,000 people, which is really difficult for 6 employed volunteers to manage. And so we kind of wanted to just take a look at other events. We may be bringing two-stepping back in the future, but we need a lot more help. This year, we're actually launching a new program, which we are so excited about. It's called the Capistrano Polo Classic. And I used to be a volunteer for Joan Irvine when we had the Christopher Reeve Paralysis Foundation. Had about 6 different polo tournaments there. So I'm really proud that we're bringing polo back. And it's going to be super fun. We're trying to incorporate the Western heritage. And one of the ways we're doing that is we're having a pregame matchup of the Cowboys versus the Jumpers.
Oh, wow.
So I got some pretty well-known Cowboys, and they're playing against some pretty well-known Jumpers in a friendly game, but they're already trash-talking each other, taking lessons. It is becoming a lot more competitive than I thought it would be.
Side bets.
Yeah, and that'll be followed by the real polo players coming out to play.
Fantastic. And that is in the fall.
It is August 10th.
August 10th. Okay, perfect. I'll look forward to that one.
At the riding park.
At the riding park, even better. Just hop, skip, and a large jump down the way.
Yeah.
Oh, it was perfect.
It's a beautiful place for it. And they're playing on the grass, so it'll be really fun.
Yeah, I know. So much, so much equestrian in this town and such a variety that we can share with. You have a new event coming up. Tell us all about that one.
So about 2 years ago, we added a new event called Pony Up for the Cure.
Okay.
And we met with the American Cancer Society, the Relay for Life team. And they were amazing and creative enough to let me go do my crazy idea. And basically, instead of Relay for Life of people walking around a track, we have the horses walking around a course. And we have different not mile markers, but markers sponsored by different sponsors. And that's one way people could get involved and get their name out to the community. And so the riders go from, jump 1 that's designed by Surf and Turf to jump 2 designed by Las Vaqueras. And so it's really fun for them to see. But I think the best part of it is people come dressed and their horses are bedazzled. We actually have a bedazzling station too, but it's amazing how much thought people put into it's like a costume party.
Yes.
And people are in pink or they're in different colors for whichever cancer they're riding for. And it's just a really great fundraiser for the American Cancer Society. So we're really proud to work with them on that.
You know, you mentioned that, and I have been a couple years ago, and I was also supported the girls for Diane Carter and stuff like that. So that one was close to my heart as well, because I have family members that have survived and have passed from cancer. So that's another beautiful organization or event that you guys put on. Also at the riding park currently?
Also at the riding park.
Yes, so wonderful. Well, thank you for bringing that one to to fruition, so to speak. And your crazy ideas have flourished.
I got lucky.
Yeah. So I was like, yes, we can do that. But it's very creative. So bringing in equestrians and a cancer society together is fantastic. I know one thing on you that you guys have is the 100 horsemen, right?
Yep.
Did I say that right?
Yep.
Can you explain a little bit about that?
So one of our board members had brought up this idea of challenging 100 horsemen to basically pony up $100 each, which would compromise, quick math, $10,000. And then we would grant that to an organization that was somehow incorporating the horse into their program. And we did that for a couple of years, and it was so successful. But what we learned about it was the way they were using the grant. So what we decided is there's 3 organizations that we adore. They're nonprofits in the city, and they already utilize the horse as part of their therapeutic programs. But the one thing the equestrian community really isn't is diverse. And because owning a horse is very expensive. So what we wanted to do is provide summer camp and after school opportunities for kids that may never have the opportunity to be around a horse, and to, just experience it and enjoy it and enrich their lives. So that's what our grant is going for this year.
Okay.
It's going towards Outremas, it's going towards Surf and Turf and the Shea Center, to be earmarked for their after school and summer camps for kids that could not afford that.
That's absolutely beautiful. And this 100 horsemen is continuously on your site, so people can continuously donate if they want to on there in different ways.
Yes.
Perfect. Yes. I know with the San Juan Capistrano Equestrian Coalition that you're always looking for, volunteers for your events and donors. So if someone wanted to participate or be a part of the Equestrian Coalition, how can they?
Our website's pretty easy. It's www.SJEC for San Juan Capistrano, equestriancoalition.org. So sjcec.org. And you could just go right on our website and tell us what you want to do. That'd be great.
Yeah.
Sign
up for anything that you can, because a lot of these organizations, as you know, you already said, like, it's volunteers, and the volunteers are, they volunteer their time and all their efforts. And so the more people they can have to volunteer, the more things you can probably do for the Equestrian Coalition in general. But I think it's a great organization. I've been a part of it. I've got my, my swag, so to speak, but I support anything that's San Juan and equestrian. You and I met because of our community involvements in town, and I really, really appreciate what you have going with the Equestrian Coalition. I promote it in my mind and with around people wherever I can. So thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule, chatting with us, learning more about it, and I wish you all the luck and all the best with everything that you guys are bringing to this community. So thank you, Julie.
Thank you.